Hello and welcome. This is part two of Låda Build. Many of us know it as Låda Cube, and we have one of their integrated partners, Benny, that is in and from South Africa. He's going to give us a little bit of his background of his connection to this company and where he is taking it in his country. Benny, it's so nice to meet you. Welcome.
Audrey, thank you, and thank you for this platform and the invitation to to get interviewed. Amazing, South Africa getting interviewed by an American
I'm so
program.
happy to have you.
Beautiful.
This is how it works,
Yeah.
right? We all
Wow.
connect. We all connect, which is super cool.
Awesome.
So, Benny, tell us a little bit about your background,
Mm.
and then let's talk a little bit more about WoonCube.
Yeah. So I've always been into construction, never really conventional construction. So my trade is my father used to be in the steel industry, still is, big steel construction. I went the opposite way. I went offshore. I went and then eventually found myself in offshore construction. So I did that for about 20 years. And then 5 years ago, I met John from Låda Cube or Låda Build in the States where we were living at that stage. And he introduced me to this wonderful building method. The moment I saw it, I knew, this is coming back home and we're going to start building homes for that. And that's where the journey started. So we started manufacturing for John and them in South Africa, the Låda Cube products. We had a few walls left. I always wanted to do a little ADU, little tiny home. We built that and then the company started, WoonCube. We had a lot of interest in that. And today we building ADUs, or in South Africa we don't call it ADUs. It's an Airbnb little pod, but it's bigger than a tiny home because it's not on wheels. But because of the Låda Cube walling system, it's movable. So we can build it with two guys on top of the highest mountain without a crane, a truck, or anything needed. Break it down again and move it anywhere. So ideal for farmers and Airbnbers that just want to live in really wild places. And we manufacture very high quality, high end product for them.
I love it. And when I was talking to John, he was telling us that his approach is really about standardizing construction and
Yeah.
these panel systems. How has those configurations been, viable for your market? Have you found anything changing in it? Did you have to alter a lot of it, or was it a seamless, system to bring right over to where you're at?
Yeah. So I'd say it's about, obviously the walling system itself hasn't been invented for external walls. In South Africa, where we are, man, it's so much over engineered for what we need. So it's so ideally situated in that same market. But because it's been standardized, from inches to millimeters, it's all the same in the building industry. So that was just so cool to have a wall. We can go to any shop, buy external cladding, everything fits on that. From the States to South Africa, metric to imperial, it all works, that's really easy to work with, and that was great.
And there's no, like, you guys didn't have to go through any special permitting or third-party inspection or anything like that in your country with the product?
Well, yeah, so there's two routes we could have gone. We could have gone through the state and trying to get it approved as a building site or building method. The easiest route, and that's still a route that needs to be taken if I want to go bigger. So if we ever want to do buildings for the government, that's a route we need to take. There's a route that we can just work with the engineer as well. So he signs it off. So we get certified by engineer every single time we build a building. And that is more than sufficient for South Africa. So the wall itself ticks all the boxes. I mean, it's 4 times stronger than light steel framing, which is very often used in South Africa. So any engineer just goes, well, this is so much better than what we used to. So they'll sign it off. So that's great. Yeah.
I love it. And on your website, you have this beautiful home, and it looks like you can almost like add onto a home. Is
Yeah.
that a
Yeah.
true
So
statement?
that's a true statement. Yeah. So I mean, the walls lead itself to that, right?
Hmm.
So what we did with Lada Cube, the building blocks, we made the Bwin Cube to be exactly the same. So you can have like a one-bedroom house, add on another bedroom, add on another, but you can also subtract the bedrooms. So if you get tired of a three-bedroom house, tell your daughter that moves out, we'll take your room with you and take that wherever you want to go. And that's all possible with us. So that's why we made it. So we've got on the website three basic designs, but they are all interlinked. So the Bwin one is sort of like the mother area, and then you get the Woon 2 with the room on, the Woon 3 with the room on, and you can just add on onto that.
No, I think
Yeah,
it's brilliant. I think that's brilliant. And I think that that's one of the things that we are missing
yeah,
when we look into building, right? We get so caught up in offsite construction with
yeah,
all these details about how big it's going to be. And then there's never any way to really integrate something on after, or you're going to have to go through this whole process in order to do that. And to have a vehicle of a product that can easily be defined,
yeah.
taken apart, put back together, the reusability is
That's it.
it's brilliant.
It's insane, reusability. But then, um, it's endless when you start thinking of reusability. So yes, you can move your house, but your house can become something else as well. So all of a sudden, the garden cottage you had becomes a Airbnb in someone else's, or it becomes an extra room in your house. You start using those walls for dividers. It's a product that you never need to throw away, and there's always use for it. And I think when the system starts catching up and the market starts growing, like there's a resale value in this as well. Like gold. Gold never gets you can never wash away gold. And I feel like this wall is like that as well. There's value, there's like a weight value in it. But that value, yes, the building is valuable, but the wall itself adds the value to it because of the longevity of it and the reusability of it.
Brilliant. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love it. So
yeah.
how many houses or how many projects have you completed in South Africa since you started your company?
We started 5 years ago, so we're just manufacturing for John and them and sending some of the walls this side. And then about 2 years ago, we started building homes. Up to date, about eight, really
Nice.
small ones, yeah. And this year we really started stretching. We busy quoting on stuff for Botswana, for lodges and stuff. So people are seeing it, they're seeing the value. And the whole thing about reusability but movability. So a lot of places in Africa you can't own land, and people are hesitant to build property on land that's not theirs. But with this, it's a complete different game because now you can own the house without owning the land because it's movable. But it's not a shanty, it's not a caravan. It's like a proper, strong, well-built house that is movable. And I don't think there's anything like that on the market
I don't
that
either.
allows us to do that. Yeah,
And you're living in something that, like you said, has potential of either gaining, shrinking, and then also, like you said, it has that sturdy quality to it.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not going to like blow over, which again, like,
That's it.
you're utilizing resources for
Yeah.
sustainability.
That's it. Yeah. So I mean, how do you get a super strong house that is good for the environment? But if it's good for the environment, it's going to be good for the people as well, right? So I mean, it's good for the
Absolutely.
soul.
Always about the people.
It covers all the tick boxes that I think is needed in modern homes. Yeah.
I do too. I'm so excited. Where did you come up with the name Woon Cube?
So Woon, I'm Afrikaans, coming from South Africa, Afrikaner, and Woon is a word that means living. So a living cube or a living, yeah. So the Woon, it's just we love to sort of keep Afrikaans in there, and it's sort of like it just feels right to have like something Afrikaans, but then something English or American, and the combination of the two. Because yeah, we've got to take South Africa somewhere, right?
I
And
love it. I love
get the
it.
Woon in there.
It seems like I feel like it's like the mother and then the baby, like in the
That's
womb,
it.
right?
That's it.
It's not
Yeah.
spelled the same way, but it
Yeah.
still has that same presence of
Yes. Yes.
nurture, family,
That's it.
togetherness. And the
That's it.
products that you have on your site are just awesome, Benny. They're
Oh, thanks,
so
Audrey.
beautiful and they're so spacious and so well built. The way that you have put together your plans and your plan sets and how you guys have articulated, you have to check out their website. You have to go to WoonCube. And if you are in South Africa, you definitely need to do that, right?
Of course. Yes. And come around, visit us in Hermanus where we're living. We can go and show you homes. There's plenty out there that, yeah, come in and have a look. The cool thing about the whole tiny home movement,
Yes,
I think it opened up people's minds for different ways of living.
absolutely.
Um, but then with this product, it's a bit bigger, but people are so surprised to see how big it is. Like living small is actually not living in a small, it's just living bigger in a smaller place. But the smaller is not unlivable. It's actually really spacious. Um, yeah.
I
Very
agree.
cool.
That's what I was like
Yeah.
so impressed by when talking to John. And it's great even to see Låda Cube that is now moving into Låda Build. His journey has been so
Mm.
extraordinary, and the right people always seem to come up for John, right? He just
Yeah.
attracts these amazing humans, and you're definitely one of those. So,
Oh, thanks,
Benny,
Audrey.
going into 2026, you got any great goals or anything that you're looking to do or are you being inspired with?
Oh, Audrey, I've been walking around in I think it's Lowe's, a store
Yeah.
you guys, yeah,
Yes.
and like we haven't got those. I felt
It's
like a
insane,
kid
right? You're
in
like,
a
how much commercialism there is, right?
But the products you guys have got, it's just amazing. Like we in South Africa, we've got such a small amount of what the masses you've got here. It's like, man, let me loose and let us build something in America. Like you've got everything here and everything fits on it. So for 2026, I just want to grow in quality as well, but and try and bring that to the rest of the world as well. Like the possibility of this is just endless. I would love to see people use this and just, make the world a better place with, and we start with buildings, right? Yeah, so that's
Absolutely.
that's that's the dream.
Home is where the heart is, and you
That's
are
it.
definitely building that. Thank you
Yeah,
so much, Benny, for being here. It was so nice to meet you.
it's a pleasure, audience. Thank you for the audience and for this opportunity to speak to you. It's amazing. Thank you.
You are so welcome. And that's the dirt on Offsite Dirt. Have a great day.